What is up, guys? It is Duke, and in this video we are going to be checking out a brand new army composition. My buddy Tyke over at Too Swift Too Sure, he always supplies and comes through with some new and creative attacks, whether it is in war or farming. So I reached out to him and I said, yo, Tyke, you have any PEKKA raids here that I'm looking to really check out? And he said, yo, I'm doing this new witch PEKKA attack here, kind of like a witch slap, but a little bit modified. No golems, going in with PEKKAs instead of golems. So we're going to be calling it the Witch Rush, because these PEKKAs will bum rush the core of these bases and tear them up. We do not have all-out war attacks here. What we're going to be showing you is 4 separate friendly challenges here. So this one is still being kind of like refined in the clan. So before he goes and uses it, we're going to check it out. I want it for you guys to really go in and see it. Maybe you guys can put it to work in your daily routine here, and maybe you'll be slipping this into war, trying to get some of those 3 stars for your clan. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into 4 separate friendly challenges here. So disclaimer, some of these have you know, not the greatest clan castles in there, but hey, this is just for good measure here. So what Tyke is basically doing is bringing twin witches on each side here, creating the funnel with some healers behind. And whereas you would drop the golems in the center there of the funnel, he is bringing in the PEKKAs, and then of course dropping down the heroes and a bowler clan castle behind. So like I said, instead of golems coming into the center of this base here where the funnel is created, he is bringing PEKKAs. Because once these PEKKAs can make their way through with a jump spell right into the center of these bases, they just go crazy. These girls just go in there and they go mad nuts and do all kinds of damage. The thing is, they're a little bit quicker, especially if you put them under a rage. They will go through and they will slice and dice, whereas your golem before in a witch slap, they will go through and they will mainly just tank. So if you can get some point defenses out on the edges there, you get some air defenses kind of centralized, you'll be able to keep your witches alive on the outskirts. Sometimes the PEKKAs will go walking like we've seen here, but as you can see, the center of the space is pretty much hollowed out at that point. So once the PEKKAs come walking around south with the queen and some witches there, they're going to be meeting up on the left-hand side of this base, and they will create catastrophe here. So like I said in my disclaimer, these are just friendly challenges. It's still in the infancy of this attack here. I've really never seen this. Make a comment down below if this is something that you guys have seen before. It's new to me, but maybe it might not be new to you guys. So I'm really interested to see, you know, what's going on. PEKKAs are basically the forgotten troop. Witches were the forgotten troop for a long time in the game, but now it seems like PEKKAs, outside of miners being just worthless, it seems like PEKKAs, even though they are not worthless, they still do a ton of damage. The problem is that the army, the camp size that they take up is just a little bit too much. But they are beasts when they get into the center of these bases, and especially when they go around. There's always been a joke about PEKKAs going around in walks. That is what they love to do. So they have kind of crazy minds of their own, and they will go for a walk. So you have to make sure your funnel is on point. But like with this first raid here from Tyke, funnel may not have been too on point, but looking at that top side of that base, it was a little bit tough to find a flat side of the base to go ahead and get a funnel on. But regardless, was able to get 3 stars in this friendly challenge here against Krypton. So like I said, you know, just wanted to send a shout out to Tyke for introducing me to this attack and let me come hang with them for a day or two just to get in and check out some of these attacks. So what we're going to do is we're going to check out another one here. This is going up against Jokerface. You got those Expo Islands right in the center of that base. This is kind of like a base that you might see in your wars, especially in a decent war environment, not so much like an anti 2 base here, but more or less your anti-3. And he's coming in with the witches, and you see a hound coming out of the clan castle, which is kind of normal. So this is a good litmus test for how this army composition will do. Looks like you have the witches already creating their funnel. You have the heroes going into the center of this base, and you have the P.E.K.K.A.s just heading right to the dead center, which is really what you're looking for. Looks like that hound popped, and looks like the rage is going on those P.E.K.K.A.s in the center of the base, and it looks like they will stay in there. Jump spell is down, and it looks like those two Expos are about to just get annihilated as the P.E.K.K.A. split. We got 2 going into one compartment, 1 going into the bottom compartment, and the other 2 were just jumping back, and there looks like another jump spell going down, perfectly timed, right on the top left-hand side of that base that the P.E.K.K.A.s will go through, and they're just going to dice up the Archer Tower and whatever else was in there. So as you can see, this is really making good use of the P.E.K.K.A.s. Meanwhile, we have the bowlers on the top side and the bottom side with witches, so it is a really good split here. I think this attack here really shows you how overpowering it can be. Witches right now seem to be overpowered, but I kind of like it. There's still a lot of room for failure. Queen's going into the center of the space. She is taking down Archer Towers, and it looks like there might be 1, 2, 3, 4 defenses left, which is not going to be enough, and it will be overcome by Tyke's troops here. So like I said, I like to call it the witch rush, because as you can see, those P.E.K.K.A.s, they go through and they bum rush the center of these bases, like I said, as opposed to the golems, which were slow getting into the center. So you can rip through these bases real quick. These P.E.K.K.A.s will jump ahead of the heroes, because the heroes like to take their time. Make sure you're screen grabbing this army comp. It looks like the same one that he's using every time. 6 witches, 4 healers, and 3 P.E.K.K.A.s for the center. Here is another SpongeBob SquarePants house type of base here. So it is one that is kind of common in the high-level war leagues. So it's not like it's your basic run-of-the-mill base. Looks like P.E.K.K.A.s are down quick, bowlers down. Not really much of a funnel having to be done, because most of the structures are inside on that part of the base. So he's ripping through the center. You got loons coming out of that clan castle with some wizards, which is cool to see how that goes. And as we know, it looks like the P.E.K.K.A.s will go through and they will pop out those wizards real quick. We have a split Expo Islands there right up the front, right off the bat. So dropping down the heal spell, we have jump spells in play. They're going through. We have a little bit of an island of wizard towers. So, and also pop-up Teslas there. So we'll see how these P.E.K.K.A.s go through and how they will handle all that splash damage and those Teslas coming through. So it looks like another jump spell down, and we have 2 wizard towers down there in the center, and that third one is about to go bye-bye quick. And it looks like we might have 2 P.E.K.K.A.s left, maybe 3. It's hard to tell. There's so much going on in the center of that base, jumping through with a perfectly timed jump, which will take up 4 compartments, and they'll just go through and they will smash and bum rush the heart of that base. So excellent attack here. This one just knifed right through. So I'm not really sure what you guys will call this one. We got all kinds of like a P.E.K.K.A. knife, witch P.E.K.K.A. knife. But like I said, I like the witch rush here, because the witches are your focal point, because there's a good handful of them doing their thing. And we got 1 defense left here, and that defensive structure will not be much of a match for all the powerhouse that's left on this map here. So another great attack here by Tyke. Like I said, screen grab this army comp, use it. Let me know if you guys are going to use it. Let me know if it is something that you really want to play around with, even if you tweak it, modify it a little bit. I'm really interested to see what you guys are doing outside of Tyke here in Too Swift, Too Sure. Another one here, we got a Town Hall 9.5. Chris over at Too Swift, Too Sure dropping down his base. And we have P.E.K.K.A.s going into the center of the base here. And they'll probably get jumped through. Those witches did not last too long on the left side of that base here, so not much coverage for them. So you got splash damage from that mortar and the point defenses towers as the Archer towers. So on the right-hand side, we have not much left here. So most of the witches here seem to have gotten fried up but the amount of firepower coming into the center of this base, you get a big compartment like that town hall compartment there, and you get some rages down on these Pekkas, and they will go ape and they will tear everything up in sight, not to mention those bowlers right behind them. So when you have bowlers and Pekkas both getting raged up, there is a ton of destruction and a ton of damage going down. Looks like he dropped a heal spell down there in the bottom. Not too sure that there was even a clan castle in this one, but really this is just to get you guys acclimated with this army composition here. Maybe you can slide it into your clan and see if anybody's willing to use it. So Tyke over here, Too Swift Too Sure, he loves doing his PEKKA runs with these guys here. So like I said, comment down below. I am really curious to see what you guys think of it. Do you think that this is just kind of like a quick little fad that will not make it onto the war scene, or do you think this has potential? Right now I'm thinking thumbs up. I like to see it, especially with so many different type of witch attacks that are right now being offered. If you're watching the live stream today of the Reddit versus the Supercell Forum live stream war, you did hear Galadon say that witches right now are very overpowered, especially at Town Hall 9. So it's like taking advantage of that. But like I said, let me know what you guys think. Thumbs up for it, thumbs down if you think it is no good, and I'm really interested to see what you guys have to say, and maybe if this really gets going and gains a little bit of steam, we'll see it on the war map, and we'll see it on a video here live in action. So like I said, make sure you guys are subscribing for future videos. One like this might be coming right around the corner, and we will catch you later.